Hi everyone, welcome to Craft Our Paper Stash Cards, where every month on the 15th we post 5-ish cards. Can be more, can be less, but the goal is 5. And the idea is to use up our paper stash. But I also have kits to use up, and so I decided to work with the My Dear Friend all-inclusive kit by Stampin' Up. It's in the current mini catalog on page 6. Now, I'd already done previously the cards as intended, which are these cards here, as well as these little note cards. So I decided to do 5 alternatives. Now, I'm going to just walk you through them today, but if you'd like a process video showing how to make them, I am willing to do that, and I kept just enough pieces to be able to do that. So anyway, this is a beautiful kit. It is retiring at the end of June, or, before that if supplies are gone by then. So it's called Hello Dear Friend, and it is on page 6 of the January to June mini catalog. I hope it's not already gone. I apologize, I did not check before this airing. So here's my first one. I realized afterwards I kind of put that flower on upside down, but I can't pull it back up. So this is the inside of one of these little envelopes. It goes all the way down in, and I just cut the edges off, and then opened the flap up and cut across here, and I cut just where the glue is off, so that it ends up being about 5 inches by, however, it's like 2.5 or something wide. So that's how I did that. And for this, and then this is a piece of Whisper White, or Basic White now, and I did run that through the subtle embossing folder, which is retiring. The number's 151775. That's in the annual catalog, so that goes away as of May 3rd. If you're interested in that, it's a keeper for sure. If you don't already have it, get that soon. This cording comes in the kit. I don't have a whole lot of that left, so I didn't use it on every card. And then these are the retiring little butterfly gems in Purple Posy. But and the colors in this kit are crushed curry. I write them on this. This is the paper that the box is wrapped in. It comes in a, let me show you. It comes in a craft box with a design sort of like some of the copper vellum pieces that are in the kit. And then you get actually a Misty Moonlight Stampin' Spot, a square block, this trim, and all the cards in the envelopes, and cut aparts and labels, and I'll show you them in a minute. So the colors are Crushed Curry, Highland Heather, Old Olive, Shaded Spruce, Melon, Mambo, and Misty Moonlight. Really pretty colors, and except for the green, they're kind of similar, only brighter than, I guess I can't say that. Never mind. Disregard that comment. The sentiments, the sentiments in the stamp set is really nice. Comes with the stamp set, obviously. And let me get a piece of white card. It's Hello Dear Friend. You have leaves and a little flower. You make my heart smile. A day to remember. Thank you. And just a little note. So all good sentiments. These are cleaned, but they're stained a little bit from using Melon Mambo. Anyway, so all I did was really run that through the subtle, glue this down onto it. This is the other piece of that little envelope. I don't know what I just did with them. Here they are. So when I cut down here and here, this flips open, it's this piece. So I actually just cut about a 3.5 inch piece off one of these edges. I mean, not where the flap is, so. And then I ran it through the banner Pick-a-Punch right here, which is continuing. It's number 153608. And then I backed that on a piece of Highland Heather cardstock and did the same thing. So that's about 1, so this is about 1 1/4, which I had to cut manually because it doesn't fit in the banner Pick-a-Punch. It would fit in the triple banner punch, which is retiring, but I was just too lazy to get it out. So all I did is I took glue dots and stuck these leaves onto the back of this flower. I also put glue dots on the flower and to enable me to wrap the cording on it. And then I put dimensionals on to make it pop up. So that's what I did there. And then the inside is just a piece of Whisper White, and I used the little flower and leaf stamp, and stamped in Highland Heather and Old Olive on there. So that's the first one. And then the second one is not too far off from this one. It's got the same card back, except that I cut that and put it onto Melon Mambo. And I used a Melon Mambo flower. And I put a sentiment down here, and I intentionally stamped it over to the left and down because I kind of place everything before I stamp. And then just a little bow made out of that copper twine here. And then the back part of that card is here, and I again just stamped that little flower, but in Melon Mambo this time, and Old Olive. So that's the second one. And then the third one, I went to Old Olive, and this is a card front that came in the kit. Trying to find it. So this was the one I just showed you, and I only have one of each of these left, and this is this one. But what I did is I first trimmed it down to 5 1/4 by 4, and then I cut it at an angle, and then I cut a piece out, and I backed those on Misty Moonlight. And then this came in the kit, this piece of vellum, which they used, I think, on one of the small cards. Yeah, they used it like this. I put it across that center area, and then I just put the Misty Moonlight flower on top with some leaf. Now this leaf is already part of that flower. This one I just tucked under, and I just stamped thank you and put it down the bottom corner, and a bow up in that white spot at the upper corner. And then the inside, I took a piece of, I think, the back of this card, yep. And then I took, these are some cutouts, die cuts that are in the kit, and I glued them down so they were off the page, and then I just trimmed around them. I see I have a little extra glue there. Trimmed around them, and I think that came out pretty cool looking. So I just glued them down. So anyway, that's the third one. And then the fourth one, I went to, the last two, I think I went on Highland Heather paper. And these use the little note cards. This one uses this note card. So I cut it at the seam, and I left it whole. I backed that on a piece of Melon Mambo. I brought in this flower, and I glued these together. The vellum is the larger piece I put in the background, and I did put a glue dot in each of these two corners, but all the other glue dots are hidden under here. I probably didn't need to do those corners, but I just wanted to. Anyway, and I put this Melon Mambo piece down with seal because to stick to the vellum, you don't really want to use wet glue. This piece is just glued onto the Melon Mambo. This is bumped up on dimensionals, sorry. And this is as well, one here and one here, and then a little glue in the middle over that stem. And I think that came out pretty. And on the inside, I left it blank. It's just a piece of Whisper White, actually, or basic white, whatever you have. White paper. And so let's bring that down here. And then the last one is also Highland Heather, but I used this little note card. And this time, I used both pieces. So I cut it. I ran this piece through the subtle embossing folder again. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. A little blurry, but just offset them a little bit and then use this larger label and stamp just a note. And that is bumped up. This flower is bumped up, but this set of leaves is just glued and tucked under that flower. And then these little things are out of the Playing with Patterns enamel dots, which actually are carrying over, even though that set is not. And that's it on that one. And on the inside, I did similar to what I did with the leaves in this one. I just took a flower and a leaf, and the flower was over the edge a little bit, so I just cut it off. And so I think one of the leaves was too. And I think that came out pretty. So there you go. All right, so those are my 5 cards. And like I said, I have exactly enough card fronts left if you want me to show you how to make these with the envelope, this one, and these 2. I can do a process video. Leave me a comment down below if you would like that, and also would you like it to be on Facebook on my business page, or would you like it to be on YouTube and then later upload to on Facebook and upload later to YouTube, or a live on, and maybe not a live, a video on YouTube. All right, so that is it, my friends. Please go check everyone else out in this collaboration who will be linked down below. And if you're interested in this kit or any other Stampin' Up! Products and you're in the United States, I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I would love to have your business. And this is the host code to use for any orders under $150 in the month of April. And that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Hugs, love, and peace.